important to improve the overall performance as well as the visibility of the department. So you see that, right? How the extracurricular activity, co-curricular activity, all these are also very important when you look at the total overall personality development. So we believe in that activity. So our students are very vibrant and they have those kind of tracking and all these things. And you see that, right? The how the department is in total or institute is progressing. So that is where the overall in school, when you talk about architecture and design, then we are always number one. That is what the overall ranking among all IIT. And similarly, if you look at the institute ranking, which is NIRF ranking, so this is sixth among. If you look at QS ranking, we are around 369 at present. And so overall, if you look at the institute is doing excellent, but more things or many things we are looking forward for interacting or looking the hiring the faculty from the international universities or just increasing the collaboration with the different institutes. So that is the purpose of this visit also. You see that those are the new niche areas where the ISRO has sponsored the project, DRDO has sponsored a lot of projects. Recently, we have started this International Center of Excellence on dams, basically dam design. So, because that is again, you know that Uttarakhand, that is local for vocal, where we are talking a lot of technology in terms of the local people, society people. Always I talk in terms of few, FEW, that is food, energy, and water. So this nexus, right, which is a societal problem and which is a global problem. So we believe in one earth, one family, right, and we just look forward in terms of development of technology with collaboration with many. And that is where you need to look at how the problem related to food can be solved, how the problem related to clean or potable water can be resolved, or how the clean energy or sustainable energy is right to be resolved. So that is where our motto, and with this motto, we just work in different areas. So whether it is ISRO, DRDO, and we have a lot of R&D activities with these kind of organizations. And we have all these kind of in-campus facilities available. As I said that this is very vibrant, 365 acre. So we have the campus residence. All faculty members, they stay in the campus. All students and staff, they stay in the campus. So presently the total strength is around 9,500 students in the campus. And there are the 11 hostels in total and including 3 girls hostels. So we believe in this, right? But you see innovation and identity, right, which is the core, and we have different kind of because nowadays R&D is related to something where transformational research is important, and what is the impact of your publication, that is important. We believe in that. So we encourage our young students and faculty members to go for the startup. So many students and faculty members jointly, they have the startup activity. So presently there are 140 startup activities, and out of these, more than 20, these are under commercial scale. We are looking forward the commercial partners which are ready, like battery. These are the sodium-based battery, and a lot of R&D has been already done, and now we are looking development of the technology and with partnerships with the industry. So those are things. Param Ganga is again a very unique, right, super computational facility which has been created at IIT Roorkee campus. So this is again based on the heterogeneous and hybrid computation, and that is where this is a very unique facility for using this computational facility. Similarly, this thing we have the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, rural development. So that is again the technology where the smart city project. So we have hired the couple of the villages in the Uttarakhand itself and converting them into the smart village or smart city. The purpose is that smart does not mean that we are converting the rural to an urban. The idea is that provide the facility there so that the migration from the rural to the the urban area is less, and the kind of the living standard in the rural area itself, right, providing them the clean water, electricity, and several other facilities which are generally required for the daily livelihood. So those things are being done, and this is where again the bigger sulfur. So this also has lot of activities where a kind of Section 8 companies can be created, and this can be utilized, right, whether you talk about the next generation digital technology product and service, or you talk in terms of cyber physical system. So like that, we have the section 8 company which can be created, and where the young faculty member and student can just take the project and work under that company. And all those fundings can be given either by IIT Roorkee or they can have the collaboration with the industry. So these opportunities are there at IIT Roorkee. So international relation and internationalization, I request Professor Vimal to just speak about that, and then we can have the informal discussions.
So thank you very much, Professor. And good morning, everyone. I think, yes, it's very good morning. Okay, so thank you, and we are thankful to all of you who have joined together here. So for this meeting, and already Professor Pant has given the highlights why we are looking for these meetings. So we are looking for faculty position applications, as well as if you are doing PhD or otherwise, and if you are willing to further stay in India for 1 year or maybe 6 months, we'll be happy to host you. Okay. So these are the things we are looking forward to. So at IIT Roorkee, as Professor Pant told that we were converted into IIT in 2001. But before that also, the University of Roorkee had a lot of international students. And the international students used to come from Africa, Arab countries, East Asian countries, all those places. And still, these countries are supplying a lot students to us. So at present at IIT Roorkee, around 200 international students are actually doing masters and PhD. Okay, so this is not including the number like exchange students. This is actual students, and we have very world-class infrastructure like hostel related for especially for international students, and so they have all the facilities, and so that is being used. So we have collaborations at present from these many countries, and 29 countries are at present represented on IIT Roorkee campus. And you'll be surprised to know that IIT Roorkee has highest number of international students among all IITs, ISC including. And the second is less than 100. Okay, and we are reaching around, if we take exchange students also, roughly around 300 students. So that is there. Now, we also have, like, there are 3-4 initiatives through which the students can apply for. So there is one Study in India program. I don't know whether you are aware, you can look into the booklet. So through that one can apply. Then there is ICCR and ITech. So 3 programs are there. In addition to that, there are other methods are there also to apply if you have your own fellowship. Like recently I got a new avenue where RBI was giving fellowship to SAARC country students. So through that RBI, the finance sector, they are studying. So they are applying for MBA or PhD in finance. So in Roorkee. So there are many avenues through which we can apply. We have lot of international MOUs, okay, including joint PhD degree program, and we are going for joint master's degree program also. I'll be elaborating that as well. So if you are willing to come for faculty exchange, or if you are doing postdoc, so there are many of these you are also already aware. So for faculty exchange, if you are doing faculty, so you can apply via Government of India schemes like many bilateral collaboration through DST calls are there, so you can apply by that. Then one can apply by the Spark scheme, which is between Indian institution and best institutions in the world. So through Spark, we are hosting a lot of faculty. Then Vajra scheme also, this is for very renowned faculty. So for that, this is Vajra scheme is there. Then there is Gyan scheme also. So for this, the faculty can come for up to 1 month or less and can deliver a lecture also in lectures. Similarly, for ASEAN countries, this scheme AIRTF scheme is there, so that we can host. So this is the main slide. We are looking for visiting faculty. If we can appoint through that foreign faculties for tenure up to 5 years also. So not only Indian, we can appoint. And we are looking that if you wish, because many times the postdocs are not sure that whether they will stay or not stay. These sureties are also not there. Okay. And myself, we have seen that some faculty members who are actually NRIs, they came, joined us, and after 2 3 years, because of various issues and challenges, maybe family or otherwise, so they left back. So there is a scheme for appointment for tenure track up to 5 years, though we appoint for regular position also. Okay, you can directly apply. This you can see this. So this is the apply online. So this is always open. Professor Armugam will further detail that. Okay, Sharma. Similarly, we are looking for visiting professor or associate professor or assistant professor, and these are available up to 3 years. So within this, you can come up to 1 month also, up to 6 months also. Stay with us, give some lectures, interact with the faculty and students, maybe jointly do some projects. So this is possible, and nominations can be made by any faculty. So only thing is that you have to just contact with some faculty, or otherwise myself also. Will be happy to nominate. So this is possible. So similarly, there are many joint international projects that we are looking for. So, so already for co-prepare. Professor Pan already told, and Professor Ankit and Professor Jugen is there. So they are co-PIs in this project, and co-prepare is a bigger project with University of Potsdam. Similarly, we are leading, and Roorkee is leading the DST Africa initiative. So that means we are contacting a lot and working a lot with respect to water, environment, etc. And lot many students are coming from these countries, as well as we are also visiting sometimes these countries for delivering lectures, etc. Similarly, this is a program, Indo-German Center for Experimental Architecture and Material Culture. So through this also we can have some projects. And also not only that programs are there. So there are many avenues through which we can apply for joint international projects. Not only that, we can go for EU projects as well. So this is a possibility. We are looking for a lot of dual award degrees and joint supervision. So already joint supervisions are in lot many are in progress. And currently we are having joint PhD degree program with 4 universities. And this number may increase up to 7 to 10 this year itself. Okay, and we are actually looking in every continent. So we have with University of Alberta in Canada, University of Strasbourg in France, then Asian Institute of Technology Thailand, and then National Tsinghua University Taiwan. And so here the students are getting enrolled and they are going to this process. The idea is that like University of Alberta, Canada, so where Indian diaspora is more. So there is a likelihood that they are also willing to come and stay with us for 1 year. Okay. And there are many research areas where we are very good. In fact, okay, all the areas are good, but there are many areas where the experimental data, the facilities are very unique, like earthquake engineering. Nobody in India has department of earthquake engineering. We have shock table, shake table. Okay, you can actually test up to 9 Richter scale. So your building will, the model of your building will survive or not. We can test materials, composites, etc. also up to that. Similarly, we have like Department of Hydro and New Renewable Energy. So they have a big turbine testing facility which was created around rupees 40 crore. Okay, so and that testing facility is not available anywhere. Okay, and similarly, what Professor Pan told that recently we have been given a project related to dams. Okay, similarly, water resources and also electrical engineering. So there are many avenues through which the people from outside are willing to come, like University of Strasbourg specifically wanted to work in earth science, earthquake engineering because they don't have that much data or other things, and we have everything. So this is, and similarly hydrology, groundwater or river hydrology. So all those things, we have many things which are unique to us, and because of which we are getting signing so many joint PhD degree programs. Recently, we have signed master's degree program also. We are starting a master's degree program in semiconductor technology. Okay, with Taiwan University. Because you know that all over the world, the smaller chips, we are going to nanometer scale, and that are made in Taiwan. Okay, so we have signed with 3 universities a master's program in semiconductor technology, where the 6 months they will stay in Roorkee, the initial students, then they will stay 1 year in Taiwan, where 6 months further teaching and 6 months in the fab labs. Okay, and coming back 6 months again in Roorkee. So this is a unique program this year we have started. So and similarly we are looking for joint masters program with other universities as well in different areas. Joint supervision in project dissertations is very easy. Generic MOUs like with University of Potsdam, we have generic MOUs, so 8 to 10 students are already enrolled in joint supervision. Okay, and we wish to convert that into joint PhD degree, like similar to University of Stanford, but it will take certain time because we have to get it passed through both the institutions. So it's a cumbersome job, and you can see here the students. These many countries are right now represented on university campus itself, and uh, we have very good international office. Here I cannot show, but with a click of button, we can show that what is the existing collaboration with any country or with any university also. So we have all the database, and any student exchange, any faculty exchange, any paper also is published jointly. That will be known with a click of button. So that database is available. Now I will request Professor Armugam to give an idea regarding faculty recruitment, which is the main topic for today. Okay, please.
Thank you, Professor Vimal. Thanks all of you for being here. It's wonderful to have you here. I think the overall motive is to have you as our ambassadors so that whatever information was shared by Professor Pant and Professor Vimal Srivastava and what will be shared by me and Professor Ankit can be, more widely spread through you. So that way you can see that what Professor Pant summarized, how IIT Roorkee has evolved in recent times and what kind of state of facilities we have for not just for you or anybody who wants to work with IIT Roorkee. And similarly, Professor Vimal Srivastava, heading the international relations, clearly mentioned how aggressive is this office in working on internationalization, inviting foreign students, maybe that may be your colleagues or people who have worked with you. So we are quite open. So that is the first thing for not just you, I mean Indian diaspora, but for foreign people also. So you being here and you will be traveling to many places, I request you to carry forward this information and spread it to others also. So this is my first request. And then naturally what can impact you directly, so or your friends, so who are interested to take a faculty position in India in general and IIT Roorkee in particular. Most of the IITs, they have open advertisements for applying for faculty positions. So IIT Roorkee also has that. I think the keyword is that don't wait. Don't think that you have to be better qualified and you have to apply later. Okay. So once you have done some good papers, that's enough, I think. So we have a very good example here itself sitting, Professor Ankit Agarwal. It's not true that you have to wait for 3 years of postdocs, 5 years of postdocs. I should have 20 publications or 40 publications. So that is not really true. It is all important that you do a good work and your referees can write very good about you and you have something substantial to prove that you are better than others. So in principle, we would request that don't wait for more number of papers. I have to have more experience. No, that is not true. Once you are good, you can immediately apply and be successful also. And of course, we have several incentives which are very specific to IIT Roorkee. So that I would like to highlight also. So in addition to the regular pay and allowances, which is quite good, I would say, in IITs. So all faculty members joining Roorkee as an assistant professor on a regular position, so they will get an additional amount of 30,000 per month for the period of first 3 years. So the other information is that after 3 years, there will be a quantum jump in your salary also, right? You will go to the next level. I think one can imagine that. So don't think that this 30,000 will be taken away after 3 years. So there is already a quantum jump after 3 years. So there is a salary is very good, and in IIT Roorkee you get extra money also. And then on top of that you have several allowances. For example, a professional development allowance. It's up to 3 lakhs for 3 years, which you can spend more or less as per your wish to use for your contingencies or your conferences nationally or internationally, right? So this is an additional grant. On top of that, if you are working with the institute and willing to travel abroad, so that also will be separated on a case-to-case basis by the institute. Then what is much more interesting is this faculty initiation grant. So as soon as you join, you'll be given a good lump sum to start your own lab. So in principle, it is up to 20 lakhs. But if you come up with an exemplary proposal, I don't think there is a upper limit. If I'm wrong, Professor Pant can correct me. So it all depends how good your proposal is, how you can justify your proposal. So on an average, you can get 20 lakhs straight away to set up and start your research lab. So an additional grant. Yes.
Okay. It's 20 lakh including the housing, laboratory facility, or just for the top of that?
On top of that, a lab,
It's not for if I want to come.
yeah, the infrastructure is given to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, on top of the
office space, lab space is given, and beside that laptop also can be given.
Like extra for laptop, computational, other facilities. Okay, that will come up somewhere. Okay, this
Yeah.
additional grant. Okay, that 20 lakh is only for research equipments, whatever you wish to buy, and some contingencies, consumables, depending upon your work. Okay.
Sorry, should we interrupt right away or should we wait for the?
Yeah, no, you can interrupt at any time.
Anyway,
It's informal.
this is informal, nothing.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
So it's so all about, so for example, if you want to hire a PhD, so how it is from the
So
second
PhD,
So that's from the institute.
that's from the institute.
Yeah. See, there are a few ways of getting PhD students.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we call as institute assistantship. So through the institute assistantship, you can take up to 5 or 6 PhD students. straight.
8 up to 8.
Up to 8.
Okay.
And on top of that, if the students come with their own fellowship, like a CSAR fellowship or a AGC fellowship, that is over and above the regular allotment by the institute.
Yes.
And in addition to that, if you have your own research grants, through which you can support PhD students, that's also additional.
But generally, at the beginning, we encourage to have 2 or 3 PhD students. Don't jump at
Yeah.
the last number. Yes, get the exposure. Yes, and bring yourself to such a level where students feel that I should join you. That kind of confidence is there.
So generally, you'll get, we generally give students within 6 months of time. Okay. So in every department, it is preferred to give the new joinee the PhD students at the start itself. Okay, because they will be building the lab, you will get the money. Okay, so that is what.
So this 20 lakhs will be not only for the lab facility, but also for in addition to, for example, if you have further, I don't know, for example, if you're going for a chip facility, you wanted to tape out something for
No.
sensors, so then that will be
That
also
20 lakhs you can think, because all the sophisticated instruments and other things, we have not highlighted unfortunately. They are available. They are available.
So
Okay.
that can be shared. of course,
Yes,
with
so there are 3 levels of instrumentation facilities, one at the individual level. So my own lab is there. So it is high probability that it depends upon the faculty, but generally they share. Okay, so that is there. Then the second level in the department also they have a joint facilities. Okay, so high level facilities are there. So who can be like used by anybody in the department. Then at the institute level, very high-end facilities are there. So they can also be used. Nowadays, I am just to tell that many a times I have personally collaboration with in Strasbourg, University of Illinois at Chicago, and we are able to do the sample analysis much faster as compared to there.
Yes,
And also with no cost. They are there to incur the cost. Now sometimes they are and Korea also. So they are sending the sample to me. I am analyzing and sending the results, and we are having joint publication. Okay. So the facilities India and IIT Roorkee are at par with any institute. Okay, so don't worry regarding. You have to create only the basic facility in the lab at the start, so that you can start something. Okay.
And I assume also, let's say if any young faculty join there, then they want to keep the, let's say, relation within their previous organization.
Certainly, why not? It is incurred. It is increased.
Yeah, it is English. So actually, what I felt that there was some kind of sort of bureaucracy because after my PhD, so there was a conference and I met with one of the faculty from my department, and then there was a good discussion. And we
Can you
started-
introduce yourself?
Sorry, myself Shashank Kumar. Sir.
From where did you do your PhD?
My PhD was from Duisburg, Essen, so it's near to Ardgoti Aachen.
Okay,
So,
so
and
you had some collaboration with Mandi.
Yes, exactly. At that point, where that was my after my PhD initial postdoc was going on. So there was, and basically we made a couple of faculty were there in the conference, and then my professor was also interested. Then we thought to because there was a TU9 sort of MOU with some of the.
That is there.
Exactly. So then there was an international office in Forsukzentrum Jülich. So basically, this was central Jülich is where I did my master's and PhD everything there. So they had a really office, India office there, and they approached the Mandi facility also, but somehow there was
Don't worry,
like,
approach us.
it was like-
You'll be getting the response very
Exactly.
quickly.
And
Okay.
also then initially it was said that okay, if it's not like in this one go you can start with a PhD, right? You need some sort of initial small workshop exchange here to there. For example, the professor who has no idea from here, local professor who has no idea about ITs or ITs Roorkee, so they want to just go there for a couple of days, a week kind of workshop to get an exchange, to get an idea.
Yes.
And then next level could be starting with a student PhD or something.
Please
like
let your professor write to me. I will host him at Roorkee. Okay. So we will be most happy to host him. Okay.
that. Exactly, and the kind of couple of exchange from
Yes.
their side to
Sure.
That.
Okay.
See, all these things already happen, and we have formal avenues also.
Yes.
Okay, so one is that on a ad hoc basis, you can write and his visit can be hosted, his or her visit. The otherwise is that if you already have established link that and you will be promising that there will be a continuation of this collaboration, then one can even consider them as a visiting faculty in one of our.
Yes, it is possible.
So there are so many avenues. So certainly it is not true that you have to shred away all your collaborations and suddenly come to Roorkee as an independent researcher. Of course, we encourage your independent research capabilities, but we encourage the international collaborations also.
Yes.
For the overall benefit of the institute. So that is certainly welcome. So there are very good examples. Even I would again quote Professor Ankit Agarwal. So he was a PhD from here. So he is still continuing his collaborations. You see, it's happening here right now. Right. So that's why we are here. And through the international projects, the Indo-German projects, major projects, so where both the sides are benefiting. So certainly when you come with a stronger collaboration, so that will benefit yourself as well as the institute. Always then.
Excuse me, Ajay, sir. So what's the mean time between applying for a position and getting it?
So the applications are usually reviewed once in 6 months. Though it's the continuous.
No, but for
In the department,
it
we
can
give
be-
you.
it
But in
depends.
a special case, it can be.
Rolling heads, right, if we feel the candidate is really good, we immediately make a committee and we invite him and have the interactions and shortlist them finally.
So roughly, sir, how long it takes?
On an average, it takes 3 months.
Oh,
Yeah,
so then-
but because the
If it is
first,
good, it will go
Yeah.
within 3 months. Okay. Okay. So this is there. So
the rolling advertisement, generally what Professor Armugam is saying, it takes 6 months because we have a cycle, January to June and July to December. So that is a rolling ad. But sometimes the candidate, if exceptional, we just offer sometimes visiting faculty and then we continue to the different kind of opportunity.
I'll just brief that we have I was heading the department of chemical engineering before taking over this. So we have a committee which is called as the Department Faculty Search Committee. Okay. So there is a coordinator for that. So they look into all the applications that have come to the department virtually every 2 months. Okay. So then the committee sits and whomsoever they find that they are okay for presentation, so they will invite and then they will contact. So it may take at what time between 2 months you are applying. So virtually 1 month, 2 months, depending on that. and then contact you, and then presentation will be held if it is okay to the committee, because it will depend upon the department criteria also. Okay, and then the presentations will be held. Thereafter, there is again a committee decision whether to take you to the institute level also. Okay. So that institute level participation, institute level committees is there along with the department committee. They decide that whether the candidate has to be called for interview or not. So once this is done, so this process does not take more than 3 months if the candidate is very good and there is very good support from the department. Okay.
And so one thing, sir, regarding this recommendation letter.
Huh.
So at what stage of application? Because I don't know, maybe it's common for everyone, or it's particularly me. Because let's say I applied somewhere, and at the same point, if I inform my professor here or my PI who is offering a long-term position, so then it will be like a kind of clash for him. So at what stage is
Generally, once the DFSC decides, okay, that will call for interview, then they look for recommendation later, because after your presentation, because that may be online, that may be in physical. We request physical. If you are coming to India, that will be more better. Okay, that helps you also understand the department and us also understand the candidate. Okay, so every faculty, virtually half of the faculty meet in person. Okay, so and then based on the recommendation letter, the department, there is a department professorial committee which decides, okay, will take to the next level or not. So that recommendation letters are required at least during the DPC meeting.
So it's not like right away you did application and
No. When the DFSC contacts you, then they will simultaneously contact your letter referees. And sometimes I'll just give you. Sometimes whomsoever you list, it is not necessary that we contact them also, but we contact sometimes additionals also. When we are sure that okay, you have some relationship with them. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so I think in that way, you are always encouraged to visit our campus.
Yes.
So whenever you are making a trip to India, you are encouraged to come and look at our facilities, interact with our faculty members. So that will certainly add value to your application as well. Okay, so coming again to what you are entitled. So you have a wonderful accommodation within the campus. So these days we have plenty of that. So you will have almost a 4-bedroom flat for you.
Initially at the start. I'm not sure if you apply late, you will not get. Yes.
After that, how many we need?
So that is the maximum. In fact, right nowadays everybody is getting the same. Myself also 4 and Ankit also 4. In fact, he is better than us because I didn't move. The correct Ankit. Yes.
So it's not overbooked or there's no scarcity, so everything.
Right now,
yeah.
there is no scarcity.
Huh.
But maybe after a year or two, that could be we don't know.
But we have still one of the best facilities with respect to residential accommodation for faculty. They are very good, in fact. Okay.
And then, of course, I think this is what is unique for IIT Roorkee. So the nice big flat and a very nice green environment, a pollution-free environment, a kind of cozy university town. Right. So this is one thing we will cherish. And then, of course, the regular things like a leave travel concession. So for first 8 years, it's continuous for visiting your hometown. In addition to your excursion to some other
Along
places.
with family members.
Yeah.
LTC is along with the family members.
Full family. And child education allowance also is there. So more or less the tuition fee and the books all are covered under this allowance. And then the medical attendance and treatment. We have a small institute hospital for emergencies. But we have MOUs with many of the higher centers for treatments, including AIMS and other good hospitals. So there we have cashless facilities. So faculty members don't have to worry. So there are very good hospitals nearby. There is one in Jolly Grant and one AIMS in Rishikesh. So they have top-notch facilities. So that way also is very good. So I think just to make a comment, if you include all these incentives with your salary, and if you compare it, it immediately crosses European salaries. So I mean, just even if you want to look into that way, okay, just add accommodation for P4 apartment. So
What about this, let's just, if a faculty want after a couple of years to have further exposure, I don't know, something like sabbatical.
It is allowed.
Yes, yeah.
It is there.
So this is also possible that. you
Yes,
can
yes.
break
After
your
5
career
years.
For a couple of years and then you can go.
5 years.
Yeah, generally it is after 5 years.
Yeah,
But
it-
in an exceptional case, if you get some kind of, say, Raman Fellowship, some kind of Humboldt Fellowship, some kind of Fulbright, then we allow a special case. Otherwise, the rule says 5 years. After every 5 years, generally in your service life, you get maximum 3 sabbaticals. So 3 times you can avail that. But summer vacation is always available. You can go in
For
between
3
also.
months,
You
there is
can
no
for
issue.
2-3 months you can.
You can have the-
Yeah. But this 1 year sabbatical is after 5 years completion once you are confirmed.
yeah, the summer vacation is something very good because our vacation doesn't overlap with
Yeah.
European vacation. So,
Ah,
so that's a very good time to collaborate with your European collaborators. Say, for example, by the end of April, the
May.
meetings are almost over.
Yes.
In middle, you have to release the grades, and then you are free till end of July almost.
Yes.
Okay, so that 2.5 months you can take some vacation, including some project leave, etc., and to carry out your research. So that way you can keep continuing visiting different labs here or elsewhere. Okay. And then, of course, Professor Vimal Srivastava talked about the visiting faculty positions. Okay. So in case if you are not joining IIT Roorkee, you can at least consider joining there as a visiting faculty. And of course, you can approach your friends also about these opportunities. Right. So it could be your senior collaborators also. So we have several categories in this. Okay. So one is this visiting assistant professor or associate professor. And then there is a visiting adjunct faculty. And then there is a distinguished visiting professor. This is usually for the big shots. Okay. So now if you see sometime in these cases, the honorarium is something like 10,000 rupees per person. Okay. So if you bring somebody for a month, so that automatically covers their air travel as well as local expenses. Okay. So that way you can keep your collaborations alive, right? You can keep your postdoc hosts or others still in the loop and keep collaborating with them, right? And then for this visiting professor, so this Professor Vimal has already said. So the consolidated pay per month can be decided by a committee. So this is also a good amount you can see, 3 lakhs per month. Okay, and then in addition to that, the contingency grant also is given based on their stay for 1 semester or more. So if somebody wants to stay for a full semester, so this is a very good opportunity. So for example, the other ones that doesn't require a full 1 semester stay or a longer stay. So even if they do a shorter visits, they are entitled to have this. Okay. If somebody is willing to have some 1 semester in IIT Roorkee, then they can follow this. So I think this is.
Ankit will be more.
Ankit has more interesting things to say.
Yes, please.
Is there any recruitment process for higher post, I mean, associate professor or professor?
Yeah. So these are all open positions.
Okay.
Okay. So even for associate professors and professors also there are openings. So you can directly apply for those positions if you qualify.
But those are not like regular, like open. We have advertisement for that. Through that only you can apply. And these are rolling advertisement for assistant professor, basic level rolling advertisement. So you can apply anytime. Okay.
That also is more or less within 6 months.
Yes, 6 months, at least 6 months we are doing the advertisement for associate and professor also. Yes.
Mr. Bhattacharya,
Hmm.
doing postdoc here. You have a center for nanotechnology.
Correct.
So my background is science, material science and chemistry.
Okay.
Can I apply there independently as a faculty, or I have to apply physics or chemistry or?
You can apply. I am fortunately for you, I am joint faculty in Center for Nanotechnology. So along with the chemical engineering, I am faculty in nanotechnology as well. Joint faculty. So you can apply directly. There is no necessary that you apply in physics or chemistry. You can apply directly for Center for Nanotechnology. There we do look forward. I am telling you now specifically that your work should be related to nano. Okay, I'm not very, I work in environmental nanotechnology. So if you are in photonics or nanobiotechnology, okay. So there are faculty members from all different areas. So they look at your application, and then the committee is there who decides, as the process I told for chemical engineering. So it is same as that.
And you can apply to multiple departments.
Departments also.
So if
You
want,
can apply.
so because material science also a lot of opportunity
Is there.
and the chemistry also doing lot of materials and nanotechnology.
We have
So that
polymer science also. If you are nanopolymer, you can apply in that also.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Arungal. Good morning. And welcome from my side also to this introduction session. Let's switch the gear and I will show you what do you expect if you join us. And I'll be also put up some light, the queries you have raised, how, what I'm doing, how I build up my collaboration, how I'm keeping it alive and why we are here. So life at IIT Roorkee, it's a process fun. Life at IIT Roorkee already started and showed the IIT Roorkee, how it has evolved, so vibrant, and then Dean International Professor Srivastava showed how aggressively we are working with the international collaboration, and then why we are here. So more than 150 MOUs, it's a big number we have signed, and then these opportunities are available to our students. If the opportunities are available to the students, good students come to us, and if good students come to us, you evolve, you grow. So it's a cycle process. And then Professor Arungal just mentioned some opportunities to you, and I'll be happy to share more lights on this. So let's start. I will be talking three fronts: life at IIT Roorkee professional, which is much important. You will be coming to, and social, because being in Germany now we know we have to balance the life, and this is a misconception, misbelief that we do not maintain the personal and professional. There is opportunity, and I'll tell it to you. And then third is the individual, how personally you would like to see your life there. So professionally, definitely the moment you join us, the moment you join a department or a center, the very first thing, the teaching, for which you will be there. It's not true that you will be asked to teach the available courses. Definitely, this is the case, but you will be expected, it is much encouraged that you bring some new courses, which is on the institute level, even not the department level, but the institute level, whatsoever you are doing. Some contemporary courses or multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary, what Professor Pan just mentioned. So we are going forward in this direction. So teach research is what you are doing already. So you grow your vertical, you continue your research, and definitely we expect a bit of the wings. Now you also widen with time, not immediately. For example, you work with the photovoltaic cells, or you go with the physics, or something like that, collaborate within the institute or intra-department, or with the other institute. Projects. Professor Arumugam just mentioned the grant, FIG, Faculty Initiation Grant, which is given to you. So you submit a small project, you say, what I want to do in this, I want to buy this instrument. So this is the initial. So you have a push the moment you join. It's not, you have to wait longer. And then patent, which is also important. We have the IPR cell, intellectual property rights cell. They are the expert people who will be supporting you from the beginning if you want to go for patents.
And for patents, you don't have to incur money from your side. The institute incurs the money. Okay.
So all this is available, and then industrial contribution. So we are not only doing the research project, but definitely you will see a lot of requests coming from industries, NTPC, or you call about NHPC in the hydro, or TD dam. I'm just talking some name in my domain. We receive requests from the state governments, and then we have the DRDO, the metro, and then we have a lot of industrial collaboration or contribution. So we saw a lot of real challenges on the ground from the beginning, the moment you join. So there is no cooling period. If you are good at it, and you take the lot of industrial contribution from the beginning. Definitely, patent publications, projects are important, but nowadays we are much strongly pushing the startups. All the faculties can hold the startup. More information is available. If you are inquired, Professor Vimal can share more information later. So this is the culture. We are growing aggressively in this direction. Earlier, we were talking about like the patents and then the projects and the research paper, but now what is more important is the TOT, this is technology transfer. Aggressively, we are working. And then institute support you, whether you have the technology for TR3, TR4, 5, 6, 7, in which level you play. So there is opportunity, and there is an expert team available. In IIT Roorkee, we have the TIS, Technological Innovation Hub, we have the Divya Sampark, we have the sites, so incubator cells, so all these are in the campus. It's up to you how professionally you want to grow. You choose your path. All these are membership in national. Many of you ask how you like. So if you want to keep the membership with any of the Royal Societies or the German societies, there are funds, there are supports. Definitely you have to incur, which you have to INSA, internationally you want to be a member of INSA or NAZI and NSAI and scientific. It's all there. It's up to you how you grow, how you take it forward, and how you prove yourself capable for the same. So like from PDA, what Professor Arvind just mentioned, professional development allowances, this is their fund. You can use it to keep your membership alive and to grow. Organizing international conferences, workshops, seminars, webinars. This is much important, capacity building. So you don't need to wait, you apply. There are many funds available, many opportunities are available. This summer period or the winter period, you start summer school and whatsoever, you visualize your own domain. If it is multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, you organize it. And we do it. For example, in 3 years, I organized more than 7 courses and we are running successively. So it's funds are available, opportunities are available. That's what you mentioned. You are asking how would like to take my collaboration further. There is, it's encouraged. It is what we expect. You come and you bring your institute, you bring your collaborators, you bring your colleagues there in the campus. That's the need of the hour. So the exchange should not be one way from India to abroad, but abroad to India. That is what is recommended. Otherwise, it would be extreme. So international cooperation, exchange is important, is required, and we have the vibrant international relation. We have the colleagues there. They will do it for you. You just have to take it or identify how we like to do it. So there are many schemes. What Professor Vimal also said, Vajra is there. You have to just tell to your supervisors here in B or your collaborators here in Germany, hey, this is the scheme. We do it for you. If you come to India, we take it forward. Why do we mention? Because let's say if you have your colleagues here or you are supervising a master, if you come back, you can still continue the thing. IIT Roorkee has the open policy for it. We develop the policy on this case-to-case basis, or it's there. So MOUs and MOAs is recommended. It's important. For example, we have developed the MOU with the Potsdam. We have the MOU with GFZ, with Tübingen, and I mean whatnot. In Germany, we have already signed more than 15 or 25 MOUs with Portugal and so on. Management policy. So you do not just be a scientist, but you also participate in the policy making. For example, in the management. For example, the database. For example, the website. How we should look like outside. Patent, whatsoever, you be a part of such committees the moment you institute committees or the department committees. So your contribution is there from the day first. You don't need to wait. Institutional recognitions, if you do best, there's after this, there's IRF, Institutional Research Fellowship, which is around 25,000 per month. If you get it, you go a good research, you do good supervision, projects and all. Then your contribution is recognized within the institute. Definitely outside, we have many awards. We have Bhatnagar in the top, and then I mean there are many awards, but institute also you have the opportunities to showcase your. And then we have best teaching award, and then everything that goes with. So it's the sky is the limit. It's like a deep ocean. How much deep you would like to swim and collect the pulse and accordingly it's social life. Please.
Sorry, if I may ask this, so what's the kind of percentage of work time is expected for teaching and administrative or research work? Or is it something that the team is going to manage themselves?
I would say there is no general guidelines. Please correct my single percentage. There is no.
But in the early career, we tentatively feel that it should be 40-40-20. 40 for research, 40 for teaching, and 20 for admission. But later on, for our stages, it is 50%.
On an average, you will have one full course. One full course is something like core course, which may have 310 type, and maybe one lab.
So 3 lectures.
So generally, we expect that in the one semester you teach a core course, and one semester you teach the elective. Sometimes maybe that depending upon the number of faculty, it may be core in both semesters. But on an average, a faculty member have 1.5 hour, say, lecture load. So it can be 3001 and a lab. So that is enough. So 8 to 10 hours per week. This is for teaching. And rest is for research. So,
and the rest you can organize yourself how you want to research.
yes. Research, outreach, submission of the projects, so all these activities.
Yeah, in the department, I mean, now once you join, your colleagues are there, right? You decide your own how you would like to see it, but generally what Professor Pant and Professor Vimal said, this is the 8 to 10 hours or 8 hours per week is expected, with including the labs. So teaching is 3 hours and then some labs and like this.
Also, like Ankit told that you become part of the department. So try to work for the department, so you get to know many things. Okay. So there are many committees. You may become the member of the DFSC. Okay. So via which you have come. And many times we make the youngest person as the convener, so that he calls gets maximum application. So like this, so slowly the engagement within the department, and after 4, 5, 6 years in the institute level.
So nurturing the young faculty also.
Yes. And through that, because you become members of the department committee, so you get to know how it functions. So that is also very important for the department growth also, because you have to participate. You
Yes.
need to participate.
Because you have the best overview, from where the young talents is working. So after joining, I think within 3 months, I was the chairman of the Department Faculty Research Committee, and our job was to keep an eye, and that's how it works, the system. You will be part of development policy, not only in the department, but in the institute also, with
Yes.
many things. So this is professional life. This is not only limited, but whatsoever you can think is there. That's what I can just say. Social life, that's what we were expecting, the life balance. Definitely, it's not only the research, but you will be asked to handle or you will show your interest. I would like to handle the Himalayan exploration. I like trekking and I like traveling. So I Himalayan exploration, I quoted, but there are, robotics, what not. Whatsoever, dance club and the arts club and the music, and there are clubs. And definitely the young students will be there, but definitely the faculty coordinators, you participate in how you would like to see. The technical cultural festival, famous, we know it, Thomso. So you also be a part of it. You organize it. Be a convener who should come and how the event should be organized. So you contribute to the social life. Technical Fest Cognizance has started. More than 2,000 students are in campus currently. It's already started today or yesterday it started. So being like you want to participate in the technical team, you be the part of it. Hostel committee, we have it's all the students live in the campus. There are multiple hostels. You take care of it. You design how it should look like, how it should evolve. Sports, definitely one should practice it. We have all the sports facility. I would say definitely all the sports.
One of the best facilities in the country.
If you talk about the
Wow.
cricket, the football, the hockey, we have the guard. Everything is there. You will see it. And we have the Sangram Annual Sport Festival, where you can definitely shall participate. Inter-IIT sports meet, which is important to keep the flag of IIT Roorkee high, and we expect yoga at campus, what not. The social life is vibrant. It's up to us how you see it, how you would like to continue in this. So personal life or the individual life, it's something, is the combination. What I see is how the professionally and the socially, and that's how you evolve. But the campus has a lot to offer in terms of living, already mentioned. Definitely, I'm enjoying my housing, which is really good. And yeah, so that's all from my side.
Because we live in a campus, okay, and also in the apartment. So like every faculty member and their family members know each other. At the institute level, Professor Pant, yesterday I was discussing, so we are organizing faculty dinner or lunch every 3 months for all faculty together, okay, with family members. Okay, so like this, so we are planning a mango meet very soon. Okay, when the mango season will arrive. Okay, so like this, and we have sports facilities. We have 2 stadiums, hockey, football, and cricket. All are floodlit. At the night also, we can play. And similarly, the sports facilities are like snooker table, billiards table. There are maybe 10 in number or more. And similarly, tennis, swimming pool, anything, you name it, we have. So, squash courts, everything is there. One of the best in the country, I'm telling you. And you will see, that's why I'm telling, to come in physical mode, see, check it. Once you like it, then you can see, and you will feel the difference in terms of pollution, environment, clean water, all those things are, only thing is that we are only 3 hours away from there. It's not very far, but 3 hours it is.
Which is better.
Okay.
In terms of
That
the
really sounds very interesting that we have this kind of like social interaction. But
Yes.
let's say if I'm coming back to the topic of on a research level, now let's say if you are in a department and for example you are writing a project and for sure you might not be able to cover it up and you need someone's help or how the information exchange within the department.
It
But
is
you need
possible.
from someone else how it is.
It is possible because, see, as compared to Germany, we are living on campus. So all the department or center faculty colleagues are also on campus. So you get to meet them so often. So like if you are coming and you are in my department, I can help you how to write the proposal or how to Professor Pant, myself, or many other colleagues are there who can help you how to take care the minor points in the proposal, where to send, how to send. And just to tell, we have a special associate dean position which is called as associate dean of corporate interaction. So anything advertised, okay, so we have some project officers, okay, and who always look for these calls. So they send to, you'll be bombarded. You'll be, every 2 days you'll be getting, okay, there is a call. If you wish, you can apply for that. Okay. And through our IR office, there is, I could not see the portal. And if international, bilateral or multinational calls are there, click of a button, you can check that who got the award previously. Okay, so you can talk to them and try to understand what are the minor points also within that call.
Just to add a bit further, like intra-department, what you mentioned.
Exactly.
Nowadays, all the calls are required COPI.
Hmm.
And this COPI, definitely you keep it from intra-department. So you grow together. It's department just like a family. You work together. There is no, so, and department generally, they keep a meeting once in a week or 2 weeks, depending on like a DFSC, we meet.
Hmm.
There are many of them, like we meet in the evening. Huh?
चाय भी साथ में पीने जाते हैं, कोई वैसा नहीं।
Okay,
तो
होना चाहिए, तभी
हाँ, बैठिए थे।
This is the
मतलब नए लोग आए तो शायद वो थोड़ा
हाँ,
feel करें।
okay, let us close it, then we'll have information.
yes.
So I think
Close it, yeah.
we had a very good discussion, right? We have already discussed about what is IIT Roorkee and how are we looking forward for hiring, right? The promising faculty candidates, maybe in the different capacities also. We have all of us have seen that, right? India, all of you must be right there. You know the culture of IIT. You know the culture of every right educational institute in the India as well as the world. And now what we have to now, right, say plan or what you have to plan. So we are here just to, right, make you, right, update about IIT Roorkee, to encourage you to apply to the IIT Roorkee campus for the faculty positions or some other capacity also visit the campus. And now it is you, right, who have to take the decision. You have to understand, right, if you have any other questions, we are right here to informally answer you also. And I hope that you must have enjoyed this session and wish you all the best for your future endeavors wherever you go, right? And always we believe now Make in India concept. We believe the self-reliant technology in the country, and we believe that there should be the collaboration with the international team, and we believe that the entire world is one family and the research should be done in a way, right, which is for the societal application. So we don't look always for the money. Sometimes we have our ethics also, societal responsibility, and based on that, right, we select what profession, whether academic or industrial. So that is your right profession. You have to select it, and long way to go. So we are here for a day, but all of us, right, are available. You can mail us, right? I think the mail ID has been given, right? And directed IITR also directly you can write. If any of the, right, you feel that response is not getting, you can mail right to director also. And we are always responsive. We always reply in a day immediately. And so I hope that right, when you look at, right, the interaction, try to interact. We will be happy to answer you, and at the same time, we would like to see a collaboration with your team here as a student, as a faculty, or maybe as a postdoc candidate also. So wish you all the best for your future endeavors, and the forum is again open for discussion. Feel free to interact.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And we both are here in